Alright. What's up, everybody? Just trying to wake myself up. Some Guilty Gear demo. Thought I'd come on out, keep my skills up, get my execution down a little bit, and hopefully warm my fingers up in the process. They are basically solid blocks of ice right now. It's cold as hell. Ugh. And that's going to contribute to me screwing up massively. So I thought about uploading this little training video here. I was going to try and run through my combos and just to have it as a reference point for myself mostly. Just something I could look back on and be like, okay, these are the combos that I work on and the ones that I do. So, you know, this seems like a good time to do it. Just to have something, really. It's not that big a deal, I don't think. I'm pretty familiar with the things that I do and when I should be doing them. So, but you know, it was also, I was looking at my little review of the demo I did, and I really didn't talk about the game as much as I had intended to. I answered just kind of the questions, and then it ran over an hour. And I thought I should probably just take it easy and make a second kind of a follow-up video a little bit. Just to kind of show the things that I've learned and the things that I've been doing. So, let me start this one off by saying that I haven't really done much beyond that last video. I've pretty much just fired up this game like once or twice and just kind of streamed while I was doing this, you know. I was just working on my execution, kind of figuring everything out. What else was I going to say? Injustice came out, so I've been playing that. I got the story mode and everything kind of done on that one, except I'm waiting for the video to get cleared because some sort of copyright robot got triggered on that, but that's all for Injustice, so nothing too big a deal. So, let me show off the combos that I'm going to be using for Guilty Gears. These are the things that I'm going to try and actually put into a match, and we'll just, I'm just going to focus on that. That's really going to be the big deal. These are the ones that I'm going to hopefully have, you know, a way of going into. So this is my first one. This is all corner stuff only, right, this is going to be a corner stuff only combo. Because you'll basically anything that involves my dusts, you can only use in the corner. You need the wall in order to keep them there, and you can keep doing your dusts that way. So this is an overhead version. If I want to kind of trick them out a little bit, I'm gonna have to. It's gonna take a while to get these out reliably. Again, my fingers are frozen, and frankly, my execution's still pretty shoddy. You know, I have not played enough to get it. But yeah, here we go. We're gonna get this down. And see, so that's my poking one. You'll see that when I go in and I'm doing that, that's 3 overhead. So he has to stand for all these and block all of them. And then I come in with a low hit, and you see that it all chains together. So if somehow I come in and he's not on point, he's not blocking, you know, he hit a button or something. If he's doing something, all 3 can hit, and if he's blocking, then he's just going to sit there and block all of it until I get down here, and I'm going to link this guy into that little part of the combo, so now he has to duck and block that one. After these 3 shots, he's going to have to duck and go for that. I can... Hopefully that will work, like, sometimes. I guess maybe after a while people are going to know this is what I'm doing, you know, especially if I'm playing the same people a bunch. They're going to know that's my go-to combo. But I can change that up. I don't have to come in with that. I could come in with just, you know, something heavy, and hopefully that hits. Maybe I'll catch them off guard or something. If I don't think, you know, if they see I'm dashing and I'm coming in, they're going to block everything high. You know, I can just come in, do nothing, and go for a command grab. And we'll show off that combo actually. So like we'll come in, you know, I'll do nothing, command grab. This one's going to be hard to do, but we're going to do it. So this is basically the command grab deal here. And this is anytime I get a command grab, I'm going to be doing this kind of combo. But you know, obviously I'm going to work on it a lot more. It's going to look a lot like the last one. Basically, when you're in the corner, you're looking for dust loops. That's what I'm. That's kind of Soul Bad Guy's deal. Is get those dust loops out. And the only way you do that is in the corner. That's why you see me grabbing and dashing under, rather than doing a mid-screen version of what I would be doing with a command grab. Ah, man, I gotta slow down. God, I'm doing it too fast. There was a time where, like, the fastest way I could do stuff would be it. And now that I'm getting used to the system and it feels pretty good in my hand, I have to readjust my sense of timing on everything, because I'm no longer panic pushing all these buttons and getting them done that way. I can actually be like, oh yeah, I've got time on this, I got time on that. It's gonna take a bit, you know. Like I said, frozen fingers does not help this process whatsoever. There we go. Now if I didn't screw that up, I think I can go with the long. I'm going to do the whole thing, so it's going to take a little bit of time to get this down, because I want to succeed in the whole combo. I want to get that on video so I can kind of just go back and say, oh yeah, that's what I'm supposed to be doing. God, screwing it up. I need to do I'm doing the long version here. Okay, so after that would be that. So I gotta do that and actually make it work. I had this trouble yesterday. I could not get the foot drop out. I was having a hard time with it. So this is not going to be a quick video, I can tell. Okay, I know I can hit that. Even though it did push me away, I am quite certain I could hit that. I just need to tighten everything up and actually get my fingers to respond the way I want them to. That was a little too high up. That might be a little too high up too. Oh, maybe not. Ah, all right. No, I want to link the whole combo. Even though I generally know what's coming after that part, I want to do the whole thing. This is going to be one of those videos where I just get everything down. There we go. Got it. Alright. So, like the first one, I come in, do those pokes, and if I'm like, you know, I basically condition him to expect me to come in doing these pokes, or maybe I just come in with that one. That's basically the same combo you saw, except this one's going to be the heavy one. I'll do that one later, but come in with the pokes. He starts seeing it. He knows what's happening. Just come in empty, do that, and then do the combo that I just did. And then, like I was saying earlier, if you know, this is the intro one. He's gonna, you know, he knows that fourth hit is coming. There's not really a lot I can do. I guess I could just pause. You know, I can, you know, he's expecting a down one here. I could just come in and then stop if he's expecting me to go down here, because that's like I said, this is my go-to. I'm going to be doing that link a lot. So anyone who's paying attention is going to be figuring that out. Let's see. So yeah, that's my overhead corner little trick. I guess it's kind of a mix-up, isn't it? Because you have to block high, then you got to start blocking low. So the next one I would do is another overhead. This is my massive damage one. This gets me the most damage out of everything I can do. And there you go. See, I can do that one much easier because I've practiced it more, and the timing is still in me for some reason. You know, it's the muscle memory stuff. That's why I'm spending all this time in training mode. I could bust that out the first time I did it because I practiced it so much, and it just feels right. It's somewhere in my body and in my head. Both of it is just working together to push that out. But that's my heavy hitting one. That's the big one. If I feel like the guy is kind of pushing buttons, he's not respecting me, he's not really doing what I... If I just got that feeling like this, because this is gonna hit an overhead better than this guy is, because this is a kick to the face. If he's crouching, it's just gonna whiff. Whereas this hits the whole lower section there. So if he's ducking, I'm going to get him with it, and then I can follow up with the dust. And even if he's ducking, I think that dust is going to smack him pretty good too. I gotta get, admittedly, gotta get really close to the ground for that to really function. But you know, a lot about this game is just where are you in the game and spacing and all that stuff. That's basically what I have for the corner. The other thing I could do for corner stuff is just a raw Fafnir, which is something you can do anywhere because it's safe on block. If they just defend it, which means they press the they block right as soon as they get hit with Fafnir, they might be able to counter it and do something, but I don't think so. Plus, I mean, just defense is really hard to pull off. It's kind of like a parry in a way. It's very precise timing, so you know it's generally going to be a safe move to use, as long as I don't abuse it too much. Oh my god, I'm getting really cold down here. Having a hard time focusing. I'm sorry about that. But in any case, that's Fafnir, and you can do this anywhere. But when I'm in the corner, I do need to modify it quite a bit because it's not a move that you can really, you can't really get a lot off of Fafnir like I can by bigger combos. As you can see, it really bounces them up high, so it's quite difficult to even get the bounce right. But I think if you do it really quickly, so if you instead of having to pause, you just whip right into it. There we go. I can't even do that part there. It looks, it's just not possible. I had believed to do double loops earlier, but yeah, see, you can't even get the H. You gotta go right into that. I'm gonna get this one down, just like the last one. Yeah. Maybe it's just that I can't even... You know, that might be one where I actually can't. We're gonna give it another shot here. Yeah, we're gonna do Fafnir. Yeah, so there's nothing I could do after. The second one of this is going to put them into that pop-up state like that, so I can't actually do the usual routine that I do with that. So when I hit with Fafnir, this is going to be a very unique combo where I do something like this. And yeah, as you can see, it's not a very reliable one. There. So if I hit with Fafnir, I'm gonna have to do that combo. That's my rising, you know, air version volcanic viper. And the reason behind that is, as you could see, when I would get to this second Fafnir, when I get to the second Fafnir, nothing happens after that. He recovers way too fast, and I can't get the follow-up slash, and I can't get the follow-up revolver. I just poke him like that, and he pops right out. What you just saw, the you know, super dust loop, is essentially the only way I could take advantage of that Fafnir and not like considerably change up my whole combo routine. You know, this is mostly something I can do. I can't do that second Fafnir. You see, he falls to the ground rather than rolls around on the floor. So I got to use that variation, which is pretty hard. I mean, I have not practiced that well, and I think you can kind of see that it's one that I struggle with, especially this part, because you have to dash in order to get that last kick in, and the knockdown is really important to get. You want to get that knockdown. Yeah, and my instinct wants me to go into the Fafnir routine, which is not appropriate for this particular combo. You can make it a little easier by running at this point. So you do this, dash, and then start doing this. We're going to see if that makes it a little bit easier for me. I think it might. No, it doesn't make it any easier. Alright, so you still have to. You still need to do the dashing point right here. If you don't get that dash, you're not going to get the knockdown. That's basically the deal. I'm going to practice this a little bit more. like I said, it's important to get, because if I'm going to be catching people with that. That is a useful deal. Ah, jeez. Fingers are just kicking in again. Nah, getting that dash is not an easy thing. It's all about a timing on that dash. You actually have quite a bit of time to get back up in the air and do something. It's just my sense of timing is completely off. Playing a little bit of that Injustice is probably not helping me any. You can do the general motions though, that's useful. So once, basically if he drops out of this combo, I'm not completely screwed, but, you know, I need to complete it. That's the objective, is to get the whole combo. And you just see I can't get that dash at all. If I get the dash, it's done. I also gotta be quicker on this up dust. I gotta get that up dust out of there. Once again, my body wanted to do Fafnir. That's not right. See, if I know I'm gonna drop it because I didn't get the dash, I'm gonna have to go without that knockdown, which is not a smart thing to do. Not the best use. Well, my fingers better warm up after this. Oh my goodness. All the crap I gotta go through. There we go. That's it. Alright, so that's the one I get to do after a Fafnir. So that's basically all my combo tricks. You know, I got the overheads here with the linked in thing. I got the kind of a stronger overhead if I really want to put my chips on that. I got the Fafnir there. If that's just kind of a thing you could do anywhere. What was the other one? Yeah, I could come in empty if I think, you know, if he's like blocking. Come in empty, get the command grab, go into that whole routine, which I gotta really practice because I clearly need it. But that's a pretty good move right there. My tendency is to come in and hit, so you probably won't see me empty dashing, empty jump dash, empty air dash. Okay, we'll say that. You probably won't see that too much. I generally like to come in and press a button when it comes to video games. I like to press buttons. That's gonna really bite me in the ass when I play any fighting game. When I start really getting into this game, I think that's gonna really kill me. Is that I'm always gonna be trying to press a button. I'm always gonna be jumping, dashing, moving. I don't like being neutral, which is I think playing the neutral game, just kind of sitting here poking, not so much hitting buttons, but just kind of letting the opponent stew a little bit. I think that's something that you really, because it makes them reevaluate what you're going to do. They're not certain what you're going to do. I'm pretty easy to read. You know, I'm fidgety, I'm agitated, I'm, you know, pumped up on adrenaline. I mean, I do not play fighting games calm. I might not sound it when I'm playing, but like I'm a nervous wreck when I'm playing it. So we'll see how that goes, though. That should be everything I do in the corner there. So now, when I have after the corner, when I'm just in the middle of the screen, the objective is with Soul Bad Guy is to get them into the corner. You want to get them over there, so that way you can make use of your dusts. Your dusts are Soul Bad Guys' main damage, and you want to abuse them, and it requires a corner to do that. But let's say you don't really want to do that, or rather, you know, the game isn't all about getting a dude in the corner and then having at it. You're gonna have to stick it out wherever a fight is. You gotta start fighting. So these are my normal combos. These are my mid-screen. These are the things that I'm going to try and do when that is the case. When I'm out in the middle like this, that's my go-to. This is my go-to. You know, I'll probably start the fight off a lot like this, just kind of doing something like that. There are variations like you see here. That's a variation to get him into a corner. If I feel like that's something to do, I could tack on a little swing there if I feel like clipping his feet, do a little damage. But for the most part, you know, this is this is going to be it. Like this guy right here. I like that one. It's damage, and it's also pushing him over, and it sets him up kind of at a distance like this. So I could still kind of harass him a little bit. He might not expect it. especially any closer range guys. Like I think Chips Enough is going to be pretty close. He likely won't be able to do anything right away. But you can see I've got this nice sweep right there that I can mess with. I could do an overhead, which is really pretty strong. I can't quite link that, which would be nice to link, but that's not going to happen at that range. Mid-screen overhead stuff. So this was my feat. This is for checking the feet. You know, I could just rush in and get a faster hit that way. This comes out quicker. So if I feel like I really need that speed, I can just dash up and do it, especially if I think the guy's not paying attention or anything, you know. I don't know if I can get the revolver after it. I should try that. See, kick, kick. Yeah, kick, kick, kick. I can't quite get the revolver out. There we go. Okay, so it all works. Bandit, Bringer, Bandit, Revolver, rather. That works. That works as a mid-screen. So if I really needed to bust that out... Oh, maybe it doesn't work. There we go. It's... Everybody... All the characters have different values when they're hit in their hitbox and their hurtbox and all that stuff. So it might need to be changed up based on who I'm fighting. That's just crap that I'm going to have to figure out as I play. But in any case, those are my go-to things. It's mostly going to be this, is what I'm going to try and go for. Mid-screen stuff with the overhead is basically I'm going to be going for that, or I'm going to be going for that for the push, which I'm not really interested in doing all that much. I'm probably going to focus on my pokies like that. I like that because if I fail to reach, I think I can just go right into the slash, right? Let's see. Maybe I can't. Okay. So, you know, this is basically the one I do in the corner. It's just out in the middle of the field there. And I'm ending it after the sweep, which is a little bit awkward because, you know, when I'm in the corner, I'm supposed to be doing the combo there, but instead I am looking to sweep his feet and end it with Revolver. So that's a good overhead, but it only really works if they're standing because, again, this is a straight across kind of hit, except it does have this neat little property of being able to hit him with my butt cheek. And I like being able to do that, for one thing, because it utilizes my butt cheek as an attack. And who doesn't like that? Who does not like to have a vicious booty, you know? I mean, I do. I especially like it. I'm sure this old bad guy, you know, he doesn't look like he spends a lot of work on his legs. He probably has skipped leg days a few times, but, you know, you gotta use every part of your body in a fight. And that's what he does. He whips out the booty. I don't expect to be snagging a lot of people with it, but, you know, you get a little bit of a crossover with it. And I think, I was playing with this earlier, yeah, you can get a link like that, or maybe even like that. You know, if you go in deep, it's a cross-up. They might not react fast enough, or they might just not expect it. But, you know, there's not a lot you can really do with it, though. I'm thinking, yeah, there's really not a lot you can do with it. This isn't Street Fighter. You can't really, might be able to link something like that, just to get the knockdown. Yeah, there you go. And you could do this for some tension. You could throw this out. It will hit them after a sweep. It will pick them up off the ground and do that. But then it puts them away from you, and as Soul Bad Guy, you want to be close enough to harass the guy. You don't want to be put at too much of a distance. So yeah, that's basically my two variations. I could do that trick for the overhead. I can do that trick for an overhead. If he's crouching on the ground there, I get basically the same combo, I think, because I can come in with the slash, get him on the crouch. Maybe not. Might need to link like that because it doesn't quite feel okay. Well, the truth is that this comes out quicker, so it's more lenient on the timing, and I could still whip that bad boy out. So I would probably do it that way. And that way I can start with something that will conceivably hit on top of his head. What else was it? So that's basically my game plan for the middle, and then the game plan for my corners. You saw all that. If I get a raw Fafnir out here, there's really not much you can do off of Fafnir unless you Roman cancel it, because you see how he runs like that. I can't really follow it up with much. Grabs are pretty much nothing. You can't really follow up with grabs. You know, it's pretty much just a free hit. Sends him running. Again, you can Roman cancel it. I've not done virtually any Roman canceling, but as you can see, I think bringing him to the corner is a pretty badass use. Hell, I mean, I would just probably double it up, do Fafnir, follow, and then try and get that front punch if I could just... Look at that. I mean, that's majority of the stage. You can just kind of carry him over with that. Or you could actually probably get a combo. I don't know how, though. Again, I haven't worked on this type of stuff. Okay, there you go. You can do something very simple. This is kind of Soul Bad Guy's simple air combo stuff. That's his basic air combo. Jump that, double jump for a second one, and then do a heavy. So middle, and then after that second middle, you're going to have time to bust out a heavy, and then you want to bust into that. That's his anywhere. Anytime you catch a dude in the air, that's your go-to combo for it. So yeah, you could do that after that, I think. You could even lift him off the ground if you're really good or extremely lucky. I think that was just raw luck on my behalf there, that I managed to do that. I love that I'm trying to make a video for myself to reference, and I'm coming up with crap I haven't even used yet. What was it that I used? Oh, I used the heavy one. Yeah, it kind of puts them away a little bit. You might not want to do the double jump. Yeah, I'll just go straight into the I'll go right into the mediums, the slash, heavy slash, and then volcanic viper. I won't even double jump because he just kind of falls out if I do that. I could start linking in little kicks and get more out of it, but my execution, I'd have to work on it. So that's a third mid-level. I got the overhead stuff, I got the basic stuff here, all ending in sweep. I got the raw Fafnir that I can Roman cancel and bring something out. The other thing I have also requires Roman cancel is this guy right here, and this is a neat trick Kazuki kind of showed me. I didn't perfect it the way he does. I can't quite do it the way he does, but I do it that way because it feels pretty good. That alone, like this, is pretty good, and then I could crush it like that. I could just end it if I feel like it, and I probably will do that until I really feel the majority of characters that I hit with this. But as you can see, you really got to get closer than max range in order to make use of it. What I do is to kind of go in there with a dash and kind of do it somewhat deep, you know, deeper than you expect for a range. I mean, look at that. That's pretty solid damage for a Roman cancel. I mean, that's decent use of meter. It is 50. It is 50, right? Yeah, for 50 meter, that's not laughable damage. You're going to be able to get something out of that. So that's my other one. That's my tricky, kind of got some range to it. It requires a bit of thought. It requires some execution that I'm not completely happy with, really. I mean, it requires some work. Again, a lot of this stuff I am still working on. Boy, that's quite a few options. And of course, I still have my command grab, which is going to be good anywhere. And my very basic command grab in the world here is one that I picked up, like the very first combo I did in this game was this guy right here. Again, that's like the longest extended basic combo you can do for air stuff with Soul. Is that sort of thing. You can make it a little bit more. I originally learned it like that, where I have a kick after I launch them off the ground. So we do one kick, launch, like that. And you can get like 11 hits out of that. You can do better than how I've been doing it. It really works best if you get them as low as you can on the ground bounce. And you know what? Trying to talk while doing combos on the game that I suck at is probably not the smartest move. but I think I like talking just as much as I do playing video games, so what can I do? Yeah, there we go. That's the highest you can really do. I got 2 hits on the heavy there, and I still managed to get the... I even got the heavy version out, which sometimes whiffs. I don't know why that does, but there you go. That covers basically everything. That is basically everything. That's all my basic stuff in the match. Those are the ones that I'm looking to do the most of. The one thing that you saw me, people might be seeing me train on, especially in my past videos, is dust loops, kind of like the full loops. Like, let's see if I can even do it once. We're gonna do this. This is just stuff that I trained to do and kind of sort of learned how to do it, but it was just more for the execution than anything else. Let's see if I can get it. It's kind of up there, so it's a little... Yeah, that 4th rep. This is why I don't do 4x dust loops. And then you would go through with that. I would normally throw in a dash somewhere in there, but that is pretty damaging stuff. There, that's what I've been working on doing that quite a lot. The problem is that it requires virtually no hit before you get some sort of air bounce going. You can't really go in there and do stuff like that. If you go in and even these 2 hits here, I don't think you can get that many dusts off without the timing completely being different. And that's kind of what I mean by that particular combo being finicky. It is also why people develop tech that kind of landed into that stuff, like Fafnir, you know. They much prefer that because it's more... It's about as much damage, or getting about as much damage, and it's far less weird finicky stuff that can go down. So that's why I don't do those, even though I do practice them. There are some characters like the really big dude. He's going to be capable of being hit multiple times because he's such a huge guy. And you can do more dusts on that person than you can like Sin. You know, I can only really do this as many dusts as you saw there. I think that was, you know, I did one loop, one loop, one loop, and then I jumped up and did a dust, double jump, did another dust, and then ended it with the Volcanic Viper. So, you know, Faust, I think I've seen people do a weird trick where they come up with a dust, they double jump, and then get another dust, and then on the way down, so they hit with this, they cancel it, get the double jump, and then on the way down, they manage to get another one like that on Faust. So they're actually getting 3 reps of dust on their jump. So that's just like way beyond me right now because I don't have that guy to work with. I think I just called him Faust. I didn't mean Faust. It's the big tank looking dude, you know. He can take more dusts because he will take longer to fall down. Something to work on when the main game comes out, I guess. So that's basically it. I don't have anything really with Dragon Install. When I do actually use Dragon Install, that's why I use this trial, because I don't practice Dragon Install stuff. If I do have it, I do have one really, really long one that is not practical for actual combo stuff. If I have 100% tension, I can use it. But yeah, that's 100% tension. I basically just do what I usually do with Dragon Install. The combos that you see, those are the combos I do in Dragon Install. I can just push them out faster because he goes faster, he hits harder, he moves quicker. And then if I am actually going to go in Dragon Install, I try and focus on something that will end in the air, so I can do his air grab. I think they call it PBB. And it's basically just a grab in the air you can do in the middle of a combo, and it pushes you away from him, and it pushes your opponent away from you. And you can then, like, when you land, if you do it near the end of your Dragon Install moment, you will be able to recover from Dragon Install without being punished. So I haven't worked on that stuff, though. I'm going to wait till the official game to work on that stuff, because I don't have a proper trial that will easily let me do that, especially because I keep falling out of Dragon Install after a few moments. Oppo, I want GGX. Man, so just as a heads up, in case you're thinking about it or anybody else is thinking about it, the Japanese version I think releases today or tomorrow. I'm not sure which it is. I want to say it's today. You can pick up the Japanese version if you can somehow get some Japanese currency. Like if you go to Play Asia, you can exchange your money over there. You can buy that version of the game. The Japanese version of the game actually has a day one download patch that includes the English text and voices in it. Pretty cool. So you can go buy that and use that, and it will work on your PlayStation 3 for sure, because it's region unlocked. PS3 is all open region. PS4 is supposed to be the same, and so far no one's reported anything bad yet. But I don't know for sure if it will work that way for the PS4. I do know it will work that way for the PS3 for sure. So if you want to get it early instead of waiting for the 16th or the 18th, whenever it comes out for US proper, you can go get the Japanese version and do it that way. It'll probably cost you quite a bit. You also have to buy the DLC. You'll have to buy it Japanese-wise with Japanese money, but it should work on your American account after you use a Japanese account to buy stuff and do all that stuff. So that's a cool trick if you guys want the game early. I'm going to wait until American drops so I have it proper. I am eager to play, but I would rather wait and not have to deal with the whole transaction nonsense that always worries me. And it'll give the online time to kind of filter out, build up a little bit. I know a bunch of people are going to be good anyways, but you know. Is the demo in the USA... Sorry, Opa, I'm just diarrhea of the mouth right now. Is the demo in the USA store? It is. It should be. It's actually said that the demo will be active until the 9th of this month. So if you want to go play the demo, you should be able to do it. It's only for PlayStation 4. And it should be in Europe. It should be out for Europe and Germany, and stuff like that. It's you want it, but it's hard to get in Germany. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Yeah, I don't know how it is for you. I know other countries have it a lot harder than we do when it comes to importing and exporting, and just games in general. Like, I know Australia has a hard time with it too. Pricing and all that stuff. You have my sympathies, man. You really do. But in general, yeah, you could do the Japanese thing. I guess it probably wouldn't really work for Germany, but I guess you could try it. But like I said, I'm gonna wait, get the US version, because that's what I'm looking forward to. Yeah. 2012 in US. It might be on the 20th or something like that. I have the 18th on my GameFly, but GameFly is not very good with the release dates. In any case, I think what was I talking about? I think that's all my combos. That should be able to square everything away combo-wise. I was just talking about the demo. That's what I'm using here. It is good until the 9th. Oh, I should mention it's PS4 only and it's PlayStation Plus only, so you have to be currently subscribed to the PlayStation stuff, which, frankly, if you have a PS4, you really ought to do it. There's no reason not to. I know it's shitty that we're paying for online services now, even though we didn't on PS3, but, you kind of... I think it's worth it. I like the free games. I just got Injustice, and I'm going to learn to play that. So I've been playing that a little bit, and I got to get into it after this. I'm just kind of using this to warm my fingers up, really. But yeah, that's you're going to want to have to do it that way. That's how you get the demo, is if you get that stuff. You think of flying to Asia to get the stuff? Damn right, man. Hey, at least you're not in California. The guys in California right now, those guys who ordered their collector's edition copy of the game are not going to be able to get their game for like 2 weeks after the game drops in the US because they are undergoing some sort of strike over there. So if you're in California and you ordered the limited edition only, I don't know why the normal edition is not affected, but the limited is. You will not get your stuff or your game or anything for like an additional 2 weeks, they estimate. They don't really know, because, it's a strike or something. There's some sort of protest going on over there. Really just insane stuff. I never would have thought a protest would affect video games. Not unless it was, video games specifically. Okay, so that covers all my combos. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to bother with. Dragon install I talked about. I can't really practice the stuff. I do have a trick or two. Nothing really. It's all the same combos that I just showed off for Dragon install stuff. Eventually I'm going to pick up Chips enough and do training mode with him and learn how to play him. He seems like a kind of a counterpart to Soul Bad Guy. He's really quick and fast, and You know, Soul's a little bit slower. You know, he's kind of well-rounded. Soul is more aggressive, or Chip is more aggressive. Excuse me. So we'll see how that plays out. I'm not worried about that. I'm going to be focused on Soul for a long while until you know, I get sick of him, basically. What else do I need to cover here? It's basically all I really need to talk about. That's all my combos. It's everything there. This is a pretty simple thing here. The throw, you can't get anything off of a throw, really. I mean, you can get a setup, but I don't know any setups with Soul that utilize. You could do something like that. You know, you pump this out, and then you pump that out, and then one of those two might hit, and then you can do something from it. I haven't worked on any of that stuff, but that's a decent use of a grab. Of you know, if they're on the ground and you want to set up something, that flame, and then you don't even have to do slam dunk. You can just, you know, run behind it. You can. What's it look like if I run behind it? So, you know, I could even beat it. I could be faster than the flame that comes out. So if you do it quick enough, if you could beat to the opponent, you could even, you know, rush that out. You can come in behind the flame and grab them before the flame hits. You know, if you're good. I'm not, so I can't. But yeah, that's another Roman cancel thing. That's kind of a mix-up. I guess that's yellow Roman cancel. Is that going to take... Okay, that's purple, actually. Okay, so it looks like it's... I think it's using both of my tensions. Using... I think yellow... Yeah, okay, red uses that. Yellow uses one, I think. I think that's the deal. And then purple is like getting out of a frame or a block or something. Not a bad use of tension. I think that's a decent use of it, from what I understand. Again, this is all new information for me too. I just learned this over my training. That's basically what I'm talking about right now, and I'm going to make this into a video, get it on my YouTube list, so that I have a kind of a review of everything. What else? The grab. The grab itself, you can't really do anything with the grab alone unless you're in a corner, and even then, what can we do? You can't even do anything because he's basically on the ground. You get one good hit in that will do that tech bull crap. So you could just, you know, whatever. I wonder if I could grab and do like an air combo. That might work, but he might. Yeah, see, he recovers too quick. You just poke him. Just if you're in the corner, grab, do that, and just hit him with something. Make sure you recover before he does. Like that would be a bad move here because you see, he flips up. He could punch me in the face while I'm recovering. It wouldn't be very smart. But you know, something else, something like that would work. You know, or you could just, you know, whip out a quick hit. That's probably your best bet. Just do a quick poke and see if you can get some sort of setup out of it. Because now you have all this room to move, and he has to tech in the air. Maybe you could just keep pressure going. Of course, Roman cancel out of that, and you could get basically whatever the hell you feel like. I think I'm going to go for the basics, as you can see. I do terribly at the basics, because I am absolutely a new player to the series. Hopefully that's been made very clear at this point. That's kind of why I'm doing the whole thing, really. Yeah, see, I could do that. I want to get that double jump in there. How could I get the double jump? Let me do... Okay, come up with a rising kick. That's what I'm going to try and do. We'll do this. Okay, and then I got to cancel that with a jump. So do this. There we go. There we go. So that's my... If I want to use 50% of my meter to get a grab, you know, make use of a grab, that's what I gotta do. And I gotta not spaz out like I tend to do. I think that covers everything. I don't know what to do if I like catch him in the air. If I catch him in the air, I'm gonna be looking to replicate any of those moves. And if I catch him in the air and he's floating, I'm basically going to go straight into an abbreviated, you know, combo like that. Just a very short version of my really nice air bread and butter. I'm just going to do that if I catch him in the air. That covers a lot of my options. I think that basically any scenario that I am in a real match, I should have something to fall back on. That's all the combos that I just practiced are all about. other than the dust stuff that I did. So, you know, doing this dust, the 4x dust loop, that's just for execution. And maybe on a bigger target I can actually put into use. I want. The hang tight, my man. I mean, oh man. If you can get the demo, play with Soul Bad Guy or play with Kai Kisuke in the arcade and just get some execution, you know. If you're a Guilty Gear player, everything that you did from the other games will carry over. You probably don't even need to touch the game to already be far better than I am at it. If you're new, demo helps a lot because you're going to spend a lot of time in training mode anyways. At least you should. I mean, you could do okay online. You could probably do okay not knowing everything and just kind of hitting buttons out. But I mean, you're going to start reaching a point where people are going to know what to do, and you're not going to be able to make like extreme use of every opening you get. So if you want to make real use, I mean, if you catch a guy, I mean, anybody can do this. This is a very simple, you know, but I don't think a new player is going to know that. So he's going to come in and maybe he'll get a hit like this and he'll be like that or something. Which this is not really much, is it? I mean, look at the life. The life isn't going down much. That goes down much more. And like, this is nothing. You don't get a knockdown, nothing happens. It's just, you can do so much more. So it's definitely worth doing stuff like that. You don't have a PS4? I'm sorry, man. Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, I wish that was open to everybody. I wish everybody had access to the demo to promote the game, because the game is really fun, and I don't think a lot of people are going to look at it as kind of a legitimate game to just pick up and play, because it's a fighter and it's an anime fighter. I don't know how people are going to feel about it. It might not even last. Like, I don't know. It's hard to say what happens with these games. Fighting games just don't seem to get much of an appeal. I mean, they're not pick up and play friendly things. They're just sort of kind of a niche. I don't want to say niche though. I hate saying that. It's just like there is a spot in the video game world for fighting games, but it's small. It's not a universal appeal like a first-person shooter. I guess that's all I'm trying to say. And so when a game that is fun, that isn't being heavily promoted like Street Fighter, you know, even Mortal Kombat, I think gets more attention than your typical cartoony, you know, we talked about it before, but anime fighter type of things. So it's kind of, I hope they release the demo at some point so people could play it, pick it up, and be like, this is something I would like to go online with and see if I could do things with, you know. Maybe rent it. Just anything. So that's what I do. I rent everything I get. I think I only own for the PS4 Killzone, and you guys can look at my list of games I've played, and all those things are rented, or they're PlayStation Plus games that are free, you know, every month. I think I bought Strider. I actually did buy Strider. I liked that one. That was really fun. I wasn't really sure if I would like it, but, you know, once you got the money, might as well. Guilty Gear is the best. I mean, it's always been the coolest series. Oh, and we did get confirmation that Johnny is going to be potentially download content. He is in somebody's story, and so that's a very strong indication that at some point we will get Johnny. And Johnny is a dude who I have seen be played by really good players, and I played him a little bit way back in Game Boy Advanced era, and I love that guy. It was a really, really cool character with a ton of neat little tricks. So I'm looking forward to Johnny. That's going to be my jam. Johnny's my jam. This stuff, the Chip and Soul, they're just kind of time wasters. Maybe I'll pick up another guy until we get Johnny. We'll see. It depends on how well the game's doing. You know, the community, and it really depends on how well I'm doing, because this is all new to me. I'm not going to do very well, and I'm going to lose a lot, and it's going to make me very sad. You just had the Xbox One for Killer Instinct. Well, you know, that's a good game. I like Killer Instinct. I don't have an Xbox, so I can't play it, and I probably won't buy one just for that. But it is a cool-looking game. I know a couple of people are playing it still. There's that Maximilian dude who's actually working on the team, which is really neat. You're actually kind of talking to you can talk to a guy. You can go hang out with him and watch his streams and stuff and talk to him, and he actually works on it. He's part of the crew in some weird capacity. I guess maybe he's multimedia or a consultant or something, but you know, it's still an impressive feat. So that's really cool. I like Killer Instinct. In any case, this is Guilty Gear. We're talking about Guilty Gear. We're not nerding out over video games in general. I've spent quite a bit of time showing off my combo, so I'm pretty much happy with everything here. I'm going to move on and do Injustice in a bit, but I wanted to wrap up this kind of segment in this video with my impressions of the demo, specifically the demo, and that is, as a demo, I feel like this is a pretty good representation of how the game's going to be. Obviously, it plays just the way the game would play if you had it and you could pop into training mode. The arcade is set to easy. The arcade mode was a little too easy to really feel any sense of like challenge or anything, which is kind of fine. I don't really know people who buy fighting games for the story, other than maybe Mortal Kombat 9 pushed it a little bit. So I'm not certain. When is Zappa? Man, I don't know. We'll get Zappa when we get Biken. So just cross your fingers, man. Just hope. Keep hoping. You gotta keep it alive. I know a lot of people want that Biken. But yeah, the demo, there's not a lot to it. You got the arcade mode, and you got the two guys. You've got Soul Bad Guy and Kai Kisuke you can play. If you like either of those guys, there you go. The trial mode is really good. You can see that I have a trial run on the YouTube and everything if you want to see that. But there's quite a bit there. There's a ton of mechanics to remember, and it takes you through everything, and it even teaches you option select, which is kind of an advanced sort of thing. That's something you're going to see a lot of people be using in matches, and to see that in a trial is considerable. You don't really see that in these type of things. Plus, when you beat the trial, they say something about a challenge mode, which is kind of like a trial plus mode. It's going to have, like, you know, try and do these combos sort of deal. So that's a good implementation, and having it in the demo is really nice because you can kind of it takes you through the whole game's mechanics, and you can learn all of them and get a good feel for it by just choosing one of the trials and just kind of doing your own thing. I mean, I've been using number 31, the Dragon Install trial, as my little makeshift trial room or training room, because you know you get 50 tension out of it in the health regen, so I don't kill my partner by accident. Bedman is my temporary Zappa. I've never seen Bedman gameplay. I see, like, he puts little things on the screen, and that's all I've really seen. I haven't even seen Sin's gameplay. I don't know how he's going to play. I thought he might be kind of cool with his little pole stuff and everything. But yeah, that covers basically the demo. It's not very deep, but I like it. Most importantly, you can makeshift training room with it, which is really important if you're new to Guilty Gears. Probably important if you're not new to Guilty Gear. I know a few guys jumping in the chat room who are like utilizing the game as a training room, even though they've been playing Guilty Gears for numerous years. And you know, one's looking forward to Venom, the other's looking to like Faust or something. So it's a useful demo. I really do hope they open it up to everybody. I don't understand the reason why it was PlayStation 4 only and why it was PlayStation Plus. I guess that was just some deal they made for whatever reason. Probably because Sony is pretty well established as the Japanese-American console. You're going to get a lot of Japanese stuff and American stuff on PS4. Xbox tends to be, you know, pretty American solid. I think there are still some Japanese stuff, but not as much. I think Sin is a replacement for Order Soul. Its mechanics are similar. Really? I didn't know that. I knew people were looking forward to getting like an Order Soul, excuse me. They like that guy. They like them from whatever game he was a part of. So if Sin is actually that'd be great. You know, I was tempted to pick him up and try him out. I can't do it in the demo, regrettably. But yeah. That's my impression of the demo. It's very good. If you have a PlayStation 4 already and you got PS Plus, definitely grab it and play it. And if it's just not your style, if you're not a fighting game dude, or if you're into video games, it's definitely worth picking up and trying, because it's really fun. I like it a lot. I look forward to playing this game for realsies when it comes out. So that's it. That's my impression of the demo. That's all my combos. That's everything I do. I basically gave you a sneak peek into how I plan to play the game. I don't have much of any fighting game experience, or at least real experience. So this is all new. I already have a video talking about my history and all that stuff, and you can see that one on YouTube if you really want to. But basically, I'm summarizing a lot of it right now. It's just I'm new. I don't know how things are going to go. I'm going to get my ass creamed online, and I'm just going to try and not be, like, ultimately defeated. I'm going to try and keep going through it, even though I will have no chance whatsoever of doing well at the start. Unless I run into another guy who's new, in which case I'll feel bad for beating up that new guy. If I beat up the new guy. Really, it's a no-win scenario. I'm kind of screwed no matter what, but I'm going to do it anyways, because fighting games is a genre that I appreciate and I always play and I always like, but I do not, or rather I have not taken it to its fullest extent before, and I want to do that. I want to really be when I talk about fighting games, I want to have a base reference point so that I can say for certainty why a fighting game doesn't work well or does work really well. A point of reference. That's really what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to build up some skill set from fighting games so that I can appraise them better. You know, I can do that with a lot of other games because they're not really all that technical or that deep, mostly because they're not all that competitive. But, you know, a competitive fighting game, you really do need to get into it, sink your teeth into it, and just have a good working knowledge of how fighting games tend to work before you can give a really strong appraisal of them. But yeah, Potemkin, that's the huge guy. He's the guy that I might be able to get some dusts on, so that'll be interesting. And Zato, I'm not sure. That's Eddie, right, with the little shadow dude. That's gonna be interesting. I don't know how he plays. I saw Download Content guy play the Elfat, something like that. The chick, really bright, frilly looking girl. She's got some interesting gameplay there. She hits you with a banquet of roses. I know we've got the lion guy, who's some sort of dude dual-wielding big crosses. That's going to be kind of cool. He's got a stance mechanic, from what I understand. He goes into a stance where you're not allowed to block, but you have like an anytime dash that can go through the opponent or something like that. Sounds very ninja, except Chip's enough to the ninja, so I don't really know what he is. I guess it sounds interesting, though. A stance where you can't block sounds scary to me, but if you get some sort of really crazy mix-up ability in foregoing your block, probably worth it, especially if you're really, you know, execution heavy. So that would be cool. I think he might need to be purchased. I don't know if he's free DLC. I think he's the first you have to buy DLC. So that'll be interesting to see. Gun and Roses Chan. Is that her name? Well, we'll run with that. I'm good with that. All I know is she's got a ridiculous amount of cleavage, as is important for anime games to have, or just video games in general. It's pretty important. You gotta hit that audience. You really do, and I appreciate it. I appreciate diversity in my video games. So that's going to wrap it up. I'm pretty happy. My fingers are still cold as shit, but what can I do? Only so much to be done. There is something I haven't talked about yet, and I'm just going to quickly run over it. I do not know what to do with my super special here. This guy right here. Doesn't seem like I can... if I hit it raw, it looks like I can chain it, because you just saw that really nice bounce there. It looks like I can get something out of it. So I could get something out of it if I were to hit with it, maybe a simple air combo of some sort. But it's really hard to hit with it. You can see it's hard to get out. Yeah. So plus it looks like I'm swooping under his feet with my really good hit. I could try to do kick or something. Yeah. Well, that would work, I think. Do the punch. Eh, kind of works. Let's see if I can do a very quick air combo with that. There we go. Alright, so you can definitely, if you're in the corner, you can definitely get something. I think if you hit him out in the middle, it's just going to push him around. There's not a lot you can do. Yeah, it's just going to push him away. So, I don't really have any plans with my super. I'm not really... I can actually work it into some of my combos, like, other than just hitting it raw like you saw. I can do something simple, I think. Something like this, you know. That would just kind of get an extra damage out. Or I could probably do better. Let's do... I could probably do Fafnir and then do it. Let's try it. Alright, I'm gonna have to actually get the motion down. Lift them up and go. Yeah, see, so I can generally substitute that super into any of my combos, really. I can do this one too as well. This one requires some real execution there, but just get him right in the jaw. Pop him right in the jaw as soon as he falls down. That's so beautiful. Wow. Let's see, I know I have another move. I don't really use Grand Viper. You can mash this out, but it's pretty tricky. You have to wiggle left and right and mash out some buttons in order for it to work. Not very good. But you know what? It's one of those evasion moves that you can bust out and kind of work. If you can get underneath, it's a real low profile, so you can wedge underneath something. This move is another evasive move that you can't really get much out of unless you do something like, you know, basic combo stuff. Depends on where you are too, if it's worth doing. Like really close to the wall, you can get some pretty good stuff out. I would do something like that. It's a pretty decent deal. Something safe, something quick. You can't get a lot out of it. You could Roman cancel and do stuff. That's the other thing. I haven't done any Roman cancel like stuff like that. You know, I just haven't done it. So that's gonna wrap everything up. I have one last thing I do that I love to do at the end of all my Guilty Gear playings. That is the whole reason why I want to play Guilty Gear. It's because of that. You gotta get these instant kills. I love these instant kills. So now I've done both instant kill variations. You can chain it off this and go pretty much right into it. You can do the same here. Both of them are really tight on execution in order to chain into them, you know, well. But they are pretty awesome once you do it. The problem I have is I want to do the really rad one. I want to do this one. I want to do it when I'm in this mode. And I don't know if I can, really. Yeah, see, it's pretty difficult to actually get it into that mode. I have to do this first, you know, be running around, get the grab. Yeah, it's going to be pretty rough. I'm not sure how to do it. Let's assume that I have 50% tension and not 100. So I need to do final mode properly. Let's go ahead and like do Fafnir and see if I can do it after. No, that's no good. Having 3 hits on Fafnir is kind of screwing up. Yeah, see, I have to hit all 4 buttons without Roman canceling. So if I Roman cancel, I lose the ability to slow down time on my kill. Doesn't look like I can do it off of Fafnir, so I think I can do it off this. Get the grab. I'm still getting a Roman cancel for some reason, which is really irritating. Alright, I'm gonna have to figure out how to do this without the Roman cancel. I see, I still get the Roman cancel no matter what, because I have too much meter. And the Roman cancel is going to prioritize over entering that. Yeah, you see, he recovered way too early, so I can't even do it off the 3 Fafnir hit. The command grab, maybe. See, the execution's got to be spot on for that, which is worth it if you can do it. And you got to be spot on with the activation without getting a Roman cancel. It's so close, but it's just not there. And then sometimes I start losing my ability to go into that. Ugh. It's pretty rough. I don't know if I'll ever be able to actually do this in the middle of a match. I could do something combo-wise, maybe. Nah. It's pretty difficult. Doing stuff in this mode is really hard. Let's go ahead and do something a little something quicker. I have to get the dust loop because the dust loop will suspend him in time enough. So let's go ahead and practice this one. I'm gonna get this one out. So this is like if I can open them up on the feet, it might work. I just have to get the execution down right. Problem is I have to dedicate completely, like this. So even if I screw up once, you know, it's pretty much over. Because yeah, I don't know if it's going to work very well. Plus the way I fall down doesn't work very good when I do that attack there. Whoop! Didn't mean to kill him that way. I might be able to catch him with the foot dive. Yeah, you see how high he bounces? That might be something. If I can catch him with a foot dive. Let's see if I can do it. The question is getting out. The question is doing it without getting the Roman cancel. When am I? I'm so unfamiliar with the foot dive in this mode. No, that's not the right one. I think it will work though. That might be the best way to do it when you're in this mode. Is just get a foot dive. It's double Hadouken circle, which is really tough to get for me. Because the button presses don't quite remember what you're doing, so you have to be real careful about it. Yeah, as you can see, it didn't remember either of my motions. It just went with the heavy. That's pretty rough, but it does work if you work at it. Gotta keep trying. I want to get that to work. Nope, it's giving me a Roman cancel. Can't have that. I only have 50% to work with. Nope. That's gonna totally work. I just have to fucking get that to work, and then get the freaking move. Oh, see, if I had just pushed it out a little faster, it would have worked. That would have been it. Nope, don't give me the Roman cancel. I cannot have that. Nope, can't have Roman cancel, man. I'm doing it too early. You see, I'm doing it like 1 or 2 frames too early. See, also my input itself is prioritizing the Roman cancel. You see, it's really awful. The problem is if you don't have 50% meter, you're not going to get the slowdown on the effect, and you're not going to get it if you can't get the slowdown. It's just so silly. It feels like the simplest thing in the world to get, but the timings are so tight. Yeah, see, that's not good enough. Nothing. I get nothing for it. See, it doesn't remember any of my presses. It just doesn't go in. Let's see. This is definitely a way to do it, though. It's just the timing is... It's just my timing of that is not good. I don't have the motion down right. See, I wait way too long. I have to do it instantly. It has to be an instant motion. But instead I get stuff like that if I do it calmly. It's really weird. Or I get nothing. I don't know why it's giving me the Roman cancel reliably now. It doesn't seem like I'm doing it at the wrong time. Ah, it's close. If there was a easier way to... Ooh. Yeah. I'm wondering. That could be something. I could be... Maybe I can make it a little easier on myself. I'm going to modify a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to do something like that. So I'm going to go into here, get this, and see if I can't do something with that. See if I can't combo into it from a different thing. That's something. I think I might have to do the dust loops to get it. It might work. As long as I have some way of doing it. No, if I am gonna do it that way, I gotta get that dust loop down. The Dragon Install dust loop seems to be at a different pace than normal dust loops. Just a little bit though, not much different. I just gotta tweak it a little bit. But I think that will give me plenty of time to actually execute the move. But you see, now I can't even do it. My timing is just so off now. Ugh. I think it'll be more reliable if I can learn to get that down. I went for a Fafnir. Fafnir is the normally what I would do, but I'm trying to do the instant kill version here. Oof. Anime King, thanks for following, my friend. I'm sorry I'm screwing this up hardcore. It's a horrible note to go out on, I know. Don't grab. I want dragon. There we are. I have never practiced this stuff, so it's... see, that would not have worked anyways. This is stuff that I end the game on, but I have yet to practice. Oh my god, I need to be so much quicker than that. I just let him fall all the way to the ground. Man, it's just not good. What else could I do to make it a little easier? Come on, get the foot. Ah, see, if I do it way too soon, I'd completely whiff it. I don't think I can just jump into the air and get him either. Yeah, see, I gotta time it better. I didn't even do the finishing move. Enter the stance. See, I don't care about that Roman cancel. If that happens, that just happens. There's nothing I can do about it. I love how I was getting it really good earlier. Now I'm nowhere near it. I think hitting slash seems to be a smarter move. My timing wants me to hit slash. See, it totally whiffed that time, though. That's no good. Can't have that. What if I did it downwards? Okay, I can do that. I can do a downwards motion. That sweeps more of the screen. still have to wait a little bit. Now I can hit him, but not very well. Oop, I hit that. Now I'm going to start screwing up my dust moves. I'm back to square one. Oh, I didn't get it. He recovered way too soon. He's way too high up. Even if that would work, I would miss with the execution. Nope, didn't even get the finale on that one. There's a way to screw it up, I'm finding it. There we go. That's the execution I was looking for. I think I'll work on that. I might work... That seems to be a good way to do it in Dragon Install, because a drop kick like that is an overhead, technically. And, they'll probably snag quite a few people with that. But there we go. That's our anime ending. Thank you guys for hanging out. You know, I was just kind of running through it, doing some motions, showing off combos, kind of giving my opinion on the demo. Not so much Guilty Gear, but the demo. And I'm happy with it. It's a really neat demo. It's worth picking up if you got a PS4 and a PSN Plus and you are in the US. Because I don't think you get it from Europe and other places. They usually do when it comes to like PlayStation updates and stuff. But this is kind of a unique case. So I am going to take a bit of a break, jump over to Injustice later, and work on some Batman. That's gonna be fun. I'm gonna get so creamed in that game. I'm gonna do it so bad, but I don't have anything else I really feel like doing, and I don't want to spend hours whittling my thumbs away doing the combos that I'm reasonably certain I can do. In any case, take care, guys.